Welcome back to my garage. This is Blade Sharpening 101. For those of you who watched my how to remove or change blades on a riding mower recording the other day, at the end I had mentioned that I like to have extra sets of blades. That way I could drop a set off at the sharpening shop, put mine right on as immediately when I remove the other pair and not have to worry about them being ready if I wanted to cut the lawn again. Sometimes in the middle of the summer, might have to cut it twice a week, and I'd hate to ever have to, make a special trip to get my blades, or the guy's real slow, sometimes he's not done. Either way, my business partner apparently had it out with him the other day. That combined with him telling me that the price nowadays, I guess, has gone up and is now about 20 bucks for 2 blades. So, I said I got this grinder sitting over in the corner of my garage. I never use it. I took this out of my grandfather's garage, and seems like a pretty decent grinder. I couldn't see tossing it at that time when we were emptying his garage. I said, I'll keep it. I've been hauling it all over from house to house to house. I said, I might as well use it. So, again, this video is about sharpening blades and a couple reasons you want sharp blades. They cut your lawn better. The sharper the blade, the less the motor on your mower has to work. The less your motor has to work, the longer it's going to last, I would assume. I don't know. Makes sense though. But from a grass perspective and the lawn itself, sharp blades cut grass better. Sharp blades don't split the ends. If your ends aren't split, your lawn's going to look better. It's going to be healthier. There's going to be less chance for disease to get into your grass. Yeah, my lawn means a lot to me. So, spent a lot of time and effort on it, and not to mention money. I want it to look as nice as possible. So without talking too much more, I want to get into this. I want to keep this a fairly short video, maybe 5 minutes or so. I have a couple things here. For one, I have a standard blade. Now this is not the blade I'm worried about sharpening. This is a standard blade, non-mulching. I recently switched to the mulching blade. I was looking at having an option of either starting to bag it or starting to mulch it. I figure I'm going to dethatch it at the end of the year anyway. I'm going to mulch it. Should be better for the lawn. As long as I keep the blades sharp and they work properly, it should still look just as good as a bagged lawn. I have this one out basically for demonstration purposes and to show really the difference in what it would take to sharpen these. So, again, pardon me, my allergies are really acting up today. It's been a long day. Spent 2 hours at the boxing club, came home, ate, made a video on fixing my sump pump. Now I'm making this one. It's getting late. I'm going to wrap this up here and get in the house real soon and spend a little time with my wife. But what I have my grinder here. Over here, I put this together. This is not something I would normally use. I only put it together so that it would be in the frame of the video. And what this is a nail on the end of a stick. And the purpose of this nail on the end of the stick is to check my blades for balance. We want to make sure that it's pretty much perfectly across. As you can see, what I did, I just have a piece of duct tape and a socket drive from my impact wrench on here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape this on here, if I can, just to show that if the blade's not sharpened properly, you'll see that it's out of bounds, and then you'll know that you need to take more metal off this side to get it back to the original spot. Now typically this nail will be in a vise on my bench or driven directly into one of my benches. It'd be a lot more sturdy, etc. Like I said, I just did this and set this up to be in the frame. It's actually pretty flimsily held together. Not the way I would prefer to work. I'm going to take this duct tape off of this, otherwise I might accidentally throw it out later. Alright, throw that out later. So, the grinder itself, with this blade, pretty neat. It's got these little trays on here. You can adjust the tray, this guide here, so that the blade, when against the grinding wheel, is at the right angle. So to put the proper cut on here and sharpen it properly. Turn this on. Now typically there's a guard here. This one's been broken off. It's a very old machine. This one's taped up because it's going to be in my way later. If it's not, I'm not in any way encouraging anyone to modify the safety feature of a grinder. It's just what I had to do to make this happen. I'm going to wear some safety goggles, which you should always do. I've had metal in my eye before. It's no fun. And we're going to turn this on. And we're going to just do a quick grind using the plate or the guide that's on here. We run it down. Just a little tricky in the middle. The loop is. As long as we stay against the plate, you should get a pretty neat edge on there. Looks pretty good. I'm wearing these gloves. I like these gloves. Not specifically the brand. I just like this design. You could do a lot with them. Still be able to hold a lot of screws, nuts, things you couldn't do with some bigger work gloves. You can Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. Plus, I think they're pretty fashionable. But I'm going to just take this glove off. I'm just going to check this edge. And not quite sharp enough yet. Let me compare it to the old edge. A lot sharper than the old edge, but something I would definitely do some work on prior to wrapping it up. At that point, go back to my nail, check for balance, see how that works out. Now, for the blades that I actually want to sharpen, they are these mulching blades. The mulching blades have these design in the back, and I believe, haven't researched this, but I believe it has to do with keeping the grass flowing inside the deck to chop it up enough so that it actually mulches the grass. Great idea, great concept. They work terrific. Unfortunately, they make it next to impossible to use one of these pads. Maybe not impossible, but they make it more difficult. So on this one, I actually took the guide off. Again, I'm not encouraging anyone to make any modifications that would hamper their safety. It's easy, just a wing nut screw, it's off. Tape this up to get it out of my way. The wheels on this are very old and they're pretty small and worn down. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to get new wheels for this, which I'm probably going to do either way. And I also might switch to a hand grinder down the road. But we'll see about that. So I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to try to keep the blade at the angle that exists on here already, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay, I can see at that angle from the metal that just came off of here that I'm pretty close. I was closer at the beginning, and then I dropped off a little bit there. So the angle that I started at, as you can see that metal off of there, if you can see it, the different shade, that's what I want. I'm going to back over, try to get my angle as close as I can. good here. It's still looking pretty good. I don't know how good this is going to come out. I know my lighting in here is not that great. But you should be able at this point to see the unshaved, yeah, I can see it there in the camera, the unshaved metal in the metal. So what I want to do is have this all a solid new metal look. Liking it? Yeah, it's looking really good here. That one was not at a very good angle, so I'm just going to try to adjust that up. Just a tiny little bit of the old metal showing through right here. And maybe just a couple more swipes. Drop that time, that's not Alright, put a couple little chips in here. Somehow there's stones in my backyard. I don't know if neighbor kids throw them there or what, but every once in a while I'll hit one with my mower. Alright. I think I have a pretty darn good cut on there, grind on there. I can see the much more rounded or flat edge here. And a much sharper, much pointier edge on this one, as you can see. Should flat, rounded, sharp, thin as can be. I'm going to hit it a couple more times. Clear this stuff out of my way. Absolutely beautiful. Not quite even. I need to put a little bit more off right here. Tough to see in this light. Yes. That is definitely what I'm looking for. I can feel the sharpness. I can feel it on my thumb through my glove. Take my glove off, take another check. Oh, sharp as can be. Sharp as can be. This should provide me with the lawn cut I desire. A better looking lawn, a healthier lawn. And hey, who knows? Maybe I'll win a neighborhood award. But as always, thank you for joining me in my garage. I'll get back to that after I turn the camera off and get these two blades wrapped up. And then I can hang them on the wall. And then say 3 cuts. Maybe 4. 3 cuts probably. Switch them out, do it again, hang those on the wall. and I'll always have a nice set of sharp blades on my mower. Have a great night.